Here is video 3, class assignments and makeup work, all on navigating Blackboard. Alright, so this is how to do keep up with assignments in class and makeup assignments. So here is the high school physical science honors course that I'm teaching. You are familiar with these probably. We're going to focus on class activities. So if you click on class activities, you'll be able to access the activities. But I wanted to show you a class I have with a lot more assignments in it, so you could see what assignments you missed. So let's go to one of my current classes. And I just keep on clicking on student preview just so you can see what a student would see. I don't want you to see what the instructor sees because it gets really confusing. Alright, so here's all the stuff that we've done, and let's say a student missed May 8th. Okay, so May 7th and 8th, let's see, they missed both days, and you can see here if you look at the calendar, May 7th and 8th was roller coaster design contest. Okay, so I'm going to go down here, find the roller coaster design. Here's roller coaster building. And here is a makeup assignment, and it says you must complete this assignment if you miss 2 or more days of the roller coaster building competition. So I did. I missed the 7th and 8th, both days. I gotta click here, and here's my instructions. Okay, so let me get back to a course for this year, and again I'm going to put it in student preview so it's not so confusing. So let's say you missed the second day of school for whatever reason, and we did the Penny Lab. So you click on, it's week 1, there's Penny Lab right there, and I see this flip chart. And if you watch the previous video, you notice that I was talking about you shouldn't click on the flip chart when you're away from school because there's software in there that won't launch. They just get put here so that during class everyone can access the activity and do it together. At home, I always put a makeup assignment in a format that you can read at home. So I'm going to find the Penny Drop Lab, or Penny Lab, and here's the closest one. Sometimes the words that are here don't always match exactly what the words are here, but this will match what's in the grade book. So if you look in the grade book and notice you got a 0 on something, or the other kids got a grade and you didn't get one yet and you missed that day, you will find it here. So just find out. And again, if you get confused at all, just use Remind, text me, or you can call, but the easiest way usually is to text, and I'll answer your question. So I'm going to click on the link, and here are my instructions. Now a couple things happen when students go into here. I've always got it set up with this table of contents, but sometimes you can't see the table of contents. That is most likely because you, at some point, or somebody did for you, clicked on this. If you click on this little bar here, oops, table of contents is gone. It's no big deal. I'm going to read this information. It tells you what to do, and I see this right here. That's telling me I can move from page to page. So I can go ahead and click from page to page. Here is the information, the background information. Here is the video that I'm supposed to watch, and here is again that procedure I showed you in the last video. And again, the procedure is put there just to show you what we did in class, and you can use it for your analysis. It is not so that you have to do the assignment at home. In fact, you're not expected to do experiments away from school. And if I go to the last page here, it's questions to answer. So here's some data, some of that dummy data that was collected during a class experiment. Here are my questions. Questions are always going to be, I use the format of putting them Q1, Q2, so you'll know that's a question as opposed to maybe just some information or a step. Here's information and here's more questions. So you can see there's 7 questions to answer. But let's go back to how to get back your table of contents. So you see this little thing right here. There's expand, and then there's maximize. So let's go ahead and click on maximize. If I click on maximize, it gives me a very large window on the left hand side, so I can click from piece to piece. This makes it easier than going, especially if there's like 17 pages. You get to go and just choose where you need to go or pick up where you left off. But sometimes this is too big, especially if you're using the screen like on a half screen. Okay, so if you're using it on a half screen, it's like, oh, I can't see anything. I'm going to go ahead and make this big again. And I don't like it this big. Personally, I choose this middle one, which is collapse. So it gives me kind of the beginnings, so I can still click on them, but it gives me a lot of space in here. So especially when I get to here, I have no trouble reading what I'm supposed to read. I'm going to go back to class activities. Here are some other assignments, and it works the same. Let's say you missed the to be and the yeast assignment. Here it is. Here's your table of contents. So it's really very simple. Generally, you're going to find out when you view the video syllabus that you cannot have late work in your Cambridge class. And if you're not in the Cambridge class, even if you're in an advanced class with me, you still are not allowed to have makeup work. Not makeup work. You're not allowed to have late work, which is probably a huge change for most of you. So I will give you time to get used to that. We'll have these things called workshop days. I'll get into that with you later. But basically you have to get yourself into the idea that if you miss one day of school, you get one school day extra to make up the missing work. So it's not like a week or two, it's one school day. So if you miss Monday, you come back to school Tuesday, your makeup work for that day on Monday that you missed is due that Wednesday. So you only get that one extra day. Alright, so you've finished the how to do assignments and makeup work, and next up you will learn a little bit about using Blackboard and homework.